He donated his blood to a dying alien princess. What happened next shocked everyone. Part 2. Evan's fingers clamped the ruptured transfusion line. Blood, Kethra's violet ichor mixed with his own red, sprayed across the sterile ward floor. Alarms shrieked. Monitors spiked into crimson frenzy. Princess Kethra Vey convulsed on the table. Her scaled skin flushed iridescent, gills flaring wide along her neck. Evan twisted the clamp tighter. Hold on, Your Highness. High. Pressure's dropping fast. Doctor. Sularan burst through the isolation curtain. The xenobiologist's tentacles whipped at holographic controls. Human! Step back! Your intervention risks cascade failure. Evan ignored him. He pinched the line's secondary valve shut. The spray slowed to a drip. Kethra's convulsions eased, her chest heaving in ragged pulls. Solaran scanned her vitals. His compound eyes widened. Impossible. The transfusion stabilized her septic cascade. Now this, hemolytic rejection in reverse. Evan wiped his hands on his jumpsuit. Line burst. Must have been the pressure surge. She's stable now. Kethra's claws twitched. She rasped, Evan, hail. It burns inside. Evan leaned close. Her breath carried a metallic tang, like ozone after lightning. Where? Talk to me. Veins. Fire. Her golden eyes locked on his. Trust flickered there, raw and unroyal. Solaran jabbed a scanner probe into her arm. Emergency full-body imaging. Now. The machine hummed to life, bathing her in blue light. Evan stepped back but stayed ready. He'd seen field injuries like this. Shock masking bleeds, humans toughed it out. Aliens, their biology danced to stranger rhythms. The scan chimed. Sularan froze. Markers. Your blood markers, Hale. They're not degrading. They're replicating. Past the transfusion site. Into her lymphoid clusters. Evan frowned. My blood? It's just type O negative. Universal donor. Not universal. Sularan tapped the holo display. Red human signatures bloomed through Kethra's violet network, like invading stars. Your immunoglobulins are rewriting her rejection response, actively suppressing it. Kethra gasped. It spreads. Cold fire. Healing? Solaran whirled. Or weaponizing. We isolate now. The ward doors hissed shut. Captain Rocass stormed in, armored exosuit gleaming. His mandibles clicked fury. Quarantine breach. Human donor. Stand down. Evan raised his hands. Captain, she's crashing again. We need. Rocass's guards flanked him. One snatched Evan's medkit. Contraband. All donor gear confiscated. You contaminated the Royal. Evan tensed. That's my field clamps. Sterile. Proven threat. Rocass signaled. A force field shimmered across the ward exit. No exits. No contacts. Princess, we extract you to secure medbay. Kethra's hand shot out. Claws grazed Evan's wrist. Gentle, deliberate. She gripped him. No. Her palm pressed a hidden panel on the wall. Royal biometric glyph pulsed green. The force field flickered, then died. Rocass snarled. Highness. Protocol demands. Overrides. Kethra pulled Evan closer. Her voice steadied. He saves me. Again. Evan felt her pulse through the grip. Rapid. Sinking to his slower beat. Princess, your call. Sularan hovered. This defies quantification. Human plasma exhibits adaptive symbiosis. Her cells accept it, incorporate it. Rocass advanced. Symbiosis or sabotage. Human empires seed agents like this. Evan met his gaze. I'm a field medic. Crashed here on relief runs. No empire. Just did my job. Mr. Monitor Illysis glided in behind the captain. Her robes whispered procedure. Captain, stand your guard. Doctor, log all markers. Human, your job. Triggers political cascade. Evan glanced at Kethra, her scales smoothed, color returning. His blood worked. Somehow, Illysis' voice sliced calm. The transfusion succeeds, then she dies differently. Narrative spins. Assassination via donor, or miracle bond. We control which. Kethra released Evan's wrist, but her eyes held. Tested. Trust the human. Solaran nodded. Drawing samples. Cross-analysis. Rocass loomed. I seal the human too. No escape. Evan rolled up his sleeve. Fine. Scan me. Prove it's not a weapon. Needles pricked. Machine's word. Kethra watched. Your blood fights for me, Evan shrugged. That's what it does. For anyone. Alarms quieted, but tension coiled. Solarin stared at results. Hale's leukocytes. Polymorphic. They mimic her antigens. On contact. Evan blinked.
Huh. Never tested off-world.
Rokas gripped his rifle. Weapon.
No!
Sularin waved data. Evolutionary fluke. Human immune systems generalize.
Ours specialize. His adapts universally.
Illis tilted her head. Acid potential? Kethra sat up. Strength returned. He stays. Evan checked her lines. Secure now. Pulse steady. Let's monitor. Guard shifted. Rokas growled. Temporary. Until court review. Sister Monitor Illis activated a comm. Narrative. Human compassion bridges biology. Controlled reveal. Evan felt Kethra's gaze. Gratitude. Not awe. Yet. But Sularin muttered, this changes xenobiology. Human ordinary rewrites ours. Ours blurred. Scan cycled. Kethra gained color. Ate nutrient paste. Talked. Evan coached breathing. Field medic basics. In through gills. Out slow. She mimicked. Your ways, simple. Effective. Rokas paced. She improves.
Doesn't mean safe. Illis logged everything.
Political quarantine holds. No leaks. Then Kethra spiked again. Monitors wailed. Evan clamped the new rupture vein wall thinned by the bond. Sularin scanned. Markers accelerating. Her system overproduces now. Hybrid response. Kethra clutched Evan's arm. Don't leave. Right here. He adjusted flow. Improvised stabilizer from his reclaimed clamp. Rokas blocked the door. Enough. Extract her. Kethra's command overrode. Again. He anchors it. Illis paused her comm. Court incoming. Prove the bond. Evan nodded.
We will!
Sularin injected modulator. Human resilience quantifies at 300% baseline. Her recovery ties to proximity. Kethra whispered. Trust. You taught it. Evan smiled faint. Just medicine. But alarms reset. Her vitals climbed. Rokas relented an inch. Monitor him, too. Illis smiled thin. Assets secured. Outside, boots marched. Court enforcers. Kethra gripped tighter. They come for control. Evan scanned the room. Gear confiscated, but his hands free. We improvise. Her eyes shone. Bond deepened. Solarin hailed. New data. Human cytokines induce her regeneration. Impossible before. Rokas stiffened. Weapon confirmed. No. Kethra rose. Salvation. Doors pounded. Quarantine cracked. Evan stood ready. Compassion turned science. Trust their shield. But enforcers breached. Blasters hummed. Kethra pulled him behind her. Royal defiance. Evan whispered. Together. Her nod sealed it. Hybrid heartbeat as one. The doors burst. Blasters whined to life as armored enforcers stormed the ward. Their visors gleamed under harsh lights. Princess Kethra shoved Evan behind her throne-like bed frame. Stay down! Evan crouched low. His pulse hammered. He scanned the room. Solarin froze mid-scan. Vial in hand. Rokas drew his sidearm. Illis stepped forward. Palms raised. Royal quarantine holds. Illis barked. Court Order 47B. No breach without writ. The lead enforcer, a hulking Valon with scarred plating, leveled his blaster. Writ granted. Human asset extraction. Princess under protective custody. Evan's jaw tightened. Kethra's hand gripped his sleeve. Her skin burned hot against his. Not fever. Bond surge. He felt it too, a faint echo in his veins. Rokas positioned between them. Stand down. She commands here. Kethra rose unsteadily. I do. Evan stays. Prove the bond first. The enforcer ignored her. Two troops advanced on Evan. Boots thudded on tile. Evan stood. No weapons. Just hands. Touch me, you lose her. They hesitated. Blasters tracked him. Solarin lunged forward.
Wait!
Data confirms. Human cytokines regenerate her tissues. Extraction risks cascade failure. Illis nodded sharp. Court demands proof. Run the assay now. The lead enforcer signaled. His troops held position. 5 minutes, then we take him. Sularin grabbed Evan's arm. Needles glinted in the xenobiologist's kit. Fresh sample. Rapid compatibility under lockdown. Evan extended his arm without flinching. Do it. Solarin's probe pierced skin. Blood welled dark red against alien blue vials. The machine hummed, screens flickering with alien glyphs. Evan watched Kethra. Her chest rose shallow. Monitors beeped erratic, vein walls fraying again. Lockdown protocols demand forms. An enforcer grunted. Human blood. Unvetted. Evan snorted. Paperwork kills. Needle and 10-second save. Sularin yanked the probe free. Assay running. Markers match. 300% resilience boost. Kethra swayed. Evan! He moved fast. No time for debate. He ripped open a supply cabinet. Confiscated gear scattered earlier, but scraps remained. Autoclave sheets, sealant spray, his reclaimed clamp. He dragged them to her bedside. Sterile field. Now. Evan barked it like field triage back home.
Solarin, modulator syringe. Rokas, block that door.
Illis, stall them. Rokas growled but complied. His bulk sealed the entrance. Enforcers pounded. Illis tapped her comm. Delay authorized. Medical emergency. Evan layered sheets over Kethra's arm. Spray sealed edges. Clamp stabilized the vein. Human triage. Assess. Improvise. Stabilize. Her system's hybrid now. Overproduces antibodies. Mine comet. Kethra's eyes locked on his. Trust you, he nodded. Microdose. Second transfusion. Sularin hesitated. Risk of rejection spiked 40%. Evan ignored him. He prepped the line from scavenged tubing. Her call. Rokas spun from the door. Human. Out. Now. You're the threat. Evan didn't look up. She spikes again without me. Try dragging me. Watch her flatline. Pounding intensified. Sparks flew from the seal. Enforcers hacked the lock. Kethra's voice cut through. Royal Steel. Stand down, Captain. I authorize. Evan's protocol. Rokas's mandibles clicked fury, but he stepped back. Evan slid the needle home. Microdose flowed, his blood. Thin stream. Kethra gasped. Monitors steadied. Her grip eased on his arm. Solarin checked the assay. Impossible. Human factors induce her regeneration. Cytokines rewrite the bond. Self-sustaining. Ilis smiled thin. Court sees asset, not weapon. Doors groaned. Enforcers burst through Rokas's blockade. Blasters swept the room. Evan shielded the drip. Vitals climbing. She's stabilizing. Lead enforcer advanced. Human, hands up. Kethra sat bolt upright. Color returned to her scales. Halt! He saves me. Bond proven. Troops froze. Sularin thrust the assay pad forward. Data. Proximity ties recovery. Separation triggers relapse. Rokas holstered his weapon. She speaks truth. Illis activated her comm. Full broadcast. Court enforcers, stand down. Princess Kethra Vey authorizes human integration. Narrative shifts. Salvation protocol. Enforcers lowered blasters. Lead one calmed out. Confirmed. Holding perimeter. Evan exhaled. He taped the line secure. Kethra's breathing evened. Her hand found his. Cooler now. You taught trust, she murmured. Just medicine. He checked her pulse. Steady. Sularin circled, scanner whirring. Quantify this. Your immune markers. Baseline human, yet they bridge species. How? Evan shrugged. Pulled the needle gentle. Field medic trick. Adapt or die. Rokas eyed him. Suspicion lingered, but respect cracked through. Monitor continues. No escapes. Illis pocketed her comm. Asset secured. Court spins the story. Human compassion. Royal miracle. Kethra leaned back. Strength returned. They'll want control. Quarantine expands. Evan scanned the room. Enforcers posted at doors. Gear still sparse, but his hands worked. We improvise. Next spike. We preempt. Alarms stayed silent. For now. Solarin pulled another sample. From Kethra this time. Hybrid cells forming. Your blood rewires her. Evan watched the screen. Alien graphs spiked positive. Human normalcy. Alien awe. Rokas grunted. Underestimated you. Kethra smiled faint. We all were. Illis stepped close, voice low. Court arrives in hours. Prove sustained bond, or he becomes scapegoat. Evan met her gaze. Challenge accepted. Hours blurred. Evan directed triage drills. Sularin logged every shift. Kethra walked laps, leaning on him. Bond hummed. Subtle pull in his chest. Rokas patrolled. Less hostile.
Your methods, crude.
Effective. Crude wins crises, Evan said. Second spike hit at dawn. Kethra clutched her side. Vein ruptured minor. Evan clamped it blind. Improvised stabilizer. Alien gel and his clamp. Breathe. Flow steady. She nodded. Trust. Absolute. Solarin injected. Your cytokines preempt overproduction. Enforcers watched silent. No breach. Illis reported live. Recovery accelerates. Human factor key. Court shuttle hummed outside. Boots echoed halls. Kethra stood tall. They come. Ready? Evan checked the field. Sterile. Secure. Together. Doors hissed. Royal delegates entered. High collars. Data slates. Lead 1 scanned Kethra. Vitals optimal. Explain. Sularin presented assay. Human donor induces regeneration. Trust proximity sustains. Delegate frowned at Evan. Primitive species. Risk. Kethra stepped forward, Evan at her side. Salvation. Stake my authority. Illis amplified. Narrative control. Heroic bond. Rokas saluted. Confirmed secure. Delegate paused. Slate beeped approval. Provisional. Full trials. Evan exhaled. Not over. But held. Kethra squeezed his hand. Hybrid pulse synced. Sularin whispered. New data. Bond evolves. Resystem adapts your resilience. Evan felt it. Strength shared. Alien stared. Shock. Awe. Outside shuttle's mast. Political storm brewed. Kethra whispered. They test us next. Evan grinned. Bring it. Alarms flickered. Minor glitch. Or warning. Kethra tensed. Bond. Tugged sharp. Something shifted. Deeper. Evan slammed the override panel. The medbay doors sealed with a hydraulic hiss. Alarms shrieked louder, red lights pulsing across the walls. Kethra staggered beside him. Her scales flushed deep violet. The bond. It's burning. He caught her elbow. Steady. Fever spike. Patterns shifting. He'd tracked it for hours, every 47 minutes. Synced to her gill vent cycle. Human clocks didn't match alien rhythms, but he'd adapted. Watched. Timed. Doctor. Sularin burst from the lab alcove. Vials clinked in his grip. Human. Your plasma. Now. The xenobiologist's frills quivered. He jabbed a syringe into a sealed culture dish. Alien pathogens swirled inside. The royal plague, shredder of noble bloodlines. Sularin's eyes widened as Evan's plasma hit the mix. The culture frothed. Tendrils lashed out, not fleeing, hunting. Evan's immune factors tore through the invaders like acid on foil. Cells burst in chain reactions. The dish cleared in seconds. Sularin froze. Impossible. Cytokines preempt. They seek. He stared at Evan. Awe cracked his rigorous facade. Your blood doesn't heal. It hunts. Evan ignored him. Kethra's vents rasped faster. He grabbed the antipyretic emitter.
Breathe cycle. In.
Hold. Out. He pulsed the cool beam to her rhythm. Inhale peak. Exhale trough. Fever dipped. Her grip eased. Crude sync, Sularin muttered, but precise. Her neurofeedback links to you now. Outside, boots thundered. Captain Rokas barked orders.
Detainment team, breach the bay.
The humans compromised her. Evan checked the lockdown feed. Armored enforcers stacked at the door. Plasma cutters whined to life. Kethra straightened. Rokas fears your primitiveness as weapon. Her voice steadied. Trust locked their gazes. Protocol first, Evan said. He patched the console. Human field medic hack. Reroute power to reinforce seals. Doors buckled but held. Sister monitor Illis's voice cut through the comms. Calm. Calculated. All feeds rerouted. Label. Biosecurity incident. No external broadcast. Narrative. Controlled anomaly. Evan glimpsed her on a split screen. She keyed slates in the command nexus. Hospital cams flipped to static loops. No leaks. No panic flood. Rocast snarled into his mic. Illis! Stand down. He's isolated her. Bonds. A vector. Procedure dictates quarantine, Illis replied. Human asset pending verification. Court decides. Cathra touched Eden's wrist. Skin contact hummed. Her pulse synced to his. Steady thrum. They test the bond. Prove it.
Evan nodded. Improvise.
Always. He scanned her vitals. Blood metric stabilized. His transfusion lingered. White cells rampaging, rewriting her defenses. Alien awe rippled through Sullivan. He logged data furiously. A cutter beam scorched the door. Sparks flew. Time's short, Evan said. He yanked a stabilizer pack. Alien gel hardened under his clamps, applied to Kethra's side rupture. Hold still. She breathed. Through it. Vents matched his count. Fever broke clean. Solaran thrust a scanner. Her system's adopting your resilience markers. T-cells mimic yours. Exponential. The door groaned. Rocas's team punched a breach hole. Muzzles poked through. Kethra raised a hand. Royal authority flared. Stand down, Captain. This human saves what your walls cannot. Rocas hesitated. His visor reflected her glow. Princess. Protocol. Evan stepped forward. No weapon, just steady hands. Scan me. Prove it. Sularin synced his assay to their feeds. Data beamed out. Pathogen shred live. Bond metrics spiked. Trust proximity boosted regen 300%. Enforcers lowered arms. Rocas growled. Data verified. Provisional hold. Alice's voice overlaid. Narrative shift. Heroic intervention. Human factor elevated. But alarms shifted pitch. Deeper scan pinged Evan's console. Kethra's bloodwork glitched. Not stabilizing. Evolving. Evan, she whispered. Her eyes locked his. Scales shimmered gold. The hunt. It's in me now. He checked the readouts. His cytokines nested in her genome. Not rejection. Fusion. Her immune system weaponized human grit. Sularin gasped. Symbiosis. Cross-species. Her plague strain mutates. Adapts your hunters. Rocas stiffened. Weaponized royalty. Court will dissect this. Eyeless cut in. Quarantine expands. Human donor. Asset 1. Evan felt the tug. Bond pulled taut. Kethra leaned into him. Strength shared. But outside, shuttles massed thicker. Political blades sharpened. A new alert blared. Hospital perimeter breach. Not enforcers. Saboteurs. Kethra tensed. They come for us both. Evan gripped the emitter. Timed her breath. Together, we hunt back. Doors rattled harder. The real storm broke. Sularin sealed his lab. Sample secure. But the bond? It's broadcasting. Evan saw it on the grid. Her vitals pulsed outward. Every alien in range felt the echo. Resilience wave. Awe spread like fire. Rocas pivoted. Defend the princess. Human flank. Left. Evan moved. Field medic instincts kicked in. No questions. Clamp. Pulse. Hold. Kethra matched him step for step. Her claws extended. Human calm fueled alien fury. Illis's feed flickered. Narrative locked. Unity protocol. But intruders carried plague vectors. Engineered. Saboteurs breached the outer hall. Plague's bombs hissed gas. Evan yanked Kethra down. Vents shut. He pulsed antipyretics wide. Cooled the air. Sularin vented counters. But Evan's blood in Kethra shredded the gas on contact. Invisible hunt. Intruders dropped. Choked. Rocas sealed them. How? Kethra stood. Glow intensified. Evan's gift. Ours now. Evan exhaled. Crisis held. But scans deepened. Bond tugged sharper. Something nested deeper. His cells rewriting hers. Not just heal. Evolve. Alarm spiked again. Court decree incoming. Full extraction. Test subjects. Kethra squeezed his hand. Hybrid pulse raced. They want the weapon. We are it. Evan grinned under pressure. Then we define the terms. Shuttles thrummed closer. The hunt turned outward. Dr. Solaran prepped injectors. More plasma. Scale it. Evan rolled his sleeve. Give what they needed. Compassion-coded lethal. Rocas saluted Kethra, then Evan. Primitive, profound. Illis broadcast shifted. Heroic bond confirmed. Trials commence, but the bond whispered truth to Evan. Kethra's eyes met his. Deeper shift. Her fertility markers lit. Human-alien viable. Shock hit silent. Aliens wouldn't see it yet. Political storm. Revolution brewed in blood. Evan locked the next door. Ready. They came. Sister Monitor Illis strode into the medbay, her robes whispering against the deck. Royal decree, Princess Kethra transfers to the sealed palace lab. Extraction in 1 hour. All non-essentials isolate. Evan Hale wiped sweat from his brow, his field kit still open beside Kethra's biobed. The alien princess lay connected to his jury-rigged infusion line, her iridescent skin pulsing faintly with the hybrid glow of his blood in her veins. He checked her vitals on the crack display. Stable, but fragile. Dr. Sularan spun from his console. Tentacles flaring. Impossible. Her condition demands continuous plasma modulation. The human donor's factors are irreplaceable. Sever now, and she crashes. Illis's eyes narrowed, unblinking. Protocol supersedes. The bond is classified. Palace labs contain it. Evan stepped forward, blocking the medbay doors. Not without me. And not like cargo. I control the transport. Sterile field. My infusion pump stays in line, and no scans mid-move that spike her stress. Rokas, the security captain, loomed behind Illis, his armored crest rattling. Human dictates terms. You are anomaly. Potential vector. Kethra stirred on the bed, her voice a rasp. Evan speaks for me. His blood holds. Decree bends. Illis paused, her datapad flickering. She tapped once. Compromise logged. Human accompanies under guard. Rokas, secure the route. Shuttles thrummed outside. Docking clamps engaging with the shutter. Evan rolled up his sleeve, prepping another draw. Sularan, double the plasma buffer. We're rolling hot. Sularan nodded. Injectors whirring as he filled reservoirs. Your leukocytes defy models. They adapt faster than our synthetics. But palace isolation, they'll dissect this. Evan met Kethra's gaze. Her hand gripped his, cool and steady. The bond tugged, a faint warmth in his chest. He ignored it, focusing on seals. Wheels up in 5.
Let's move.
Rokas barked orders. Guards in hazard suits flooded the bay, hauling the hover stretcher. They clamped Kethra in like a specimen crate, tubes snaking from her ports to Evan's portable rig strapped to his chest. Evan walked beside, hand on the pump's throttle. Easy on the turns. No jolts. The doors hissed open to a corridor swarming with security. Alarms pulsed red. Hostile eyes locked on Evan. Soldiers in powered exos, scanners sweeping him from boots to scalp. Full spectrum, Rokas growled into his comm. Bio-threat profile. Weaponized check. A guard thrust a probe at Evan's arm. It beeped, lights flashing yellow. Anomalous proteins. Matches saboteur residue. Evan shoved it aside. That's my blood saving her. Back off or she flatlines. Kethra's glow flickered. She squeezed his hand harder. Trust him, Rokas. He pulled me from plague vents. The captain's mandibles clicked. Scanners hummed louder, pinning Evan like a lab rat. Soldiers parted the crowd, murmurs rippling. Primitive carries the cure? Or the end? Halfway down the corridor, Kethra gasped, her body arched, stretcher groaning. Vitals plummeted, heart rhythm fracturing, glow dimming to gray. Stop! Evan slammed the emergency brake. The convoy halted in chaos. She's rejecting the stabilizers. Infusion now. Guards froze. Rokas raised a gauntlet. Clear the path. No delays. Evan ripped open his kit, veins bulging as he primed a fresh line. Kethra convulsed, foam flecking her lips. Soldiers backed away, suits sealing tighter. Human, explain! Solarin pushed through scanner and tentacle. Backlash from the bond. Evan jabbed his own arm, blood flowing dark and steady into the pump. He slapped the line into Kethra's neck port. My immune factors counter it. Hold her steady. Rokas gripped the stretcher rails, crest vibrating.
You're injecting live cells mid-corridor? Madness.
Evan pumped the flow, watching her vitals climb. Field medic. 101. No lab. Improvise. Sweat stung his eyes. The bond pulled sharper, his pulse syncing with hers, cells bridging species. Kethra's eyes fluttered open, glow reigniting. She clutched his wrist. It burns, then clears. Your compassion rewrites me. Illis arrived, robes billowing. Scans confirm. Hybrid markers stable. But exposure risks narrative fracture. Resume transfer. Evan unhooked, sealing the line. Not until she's solid. Your palace lab better have my specs. Sularan huddled with his pad. Impossible resilience. Human blood neutralizes engineered plagues on contact. And now, her genome shifts. Viable recombinations. Rocass's eyes widened, scanning the data. Fertility cascade. Cross-species? Evan caught the whisper, heart skipping. Kethra's gaze met his, knowing, electric, revolution in her blood. He locked it down, hauling the stretcher forward. Move. Shuttles wait. The corridor cleared faster now. Soldiers saluting as they passed. Whispers turned to awe. The primitive binds royals. His gift evolves us. Shuttle ramp lowered with a hiss. Evan loaded Kethra aboard, strapping in beside her. Rocass took the jump seat. Weapon loose. Illis boarded last, broadcasting live. Unity protocol, advances, heroic integration, engines roared. The shuttle lurched skyward, palace spires gleaming below. Evan monitored the drip, her hand in his. Stable, but the bond hummed deeper. His cells nesting, hers blooming. Sularan leaned in, voice low. They'll test you in the lab. Quantify the compassion. Prove it's not weaponized. Evan grinned tightly. Let them try. I treat emergencies. Politics is your game. Kethra murmured, strength returning. They see threat, you see patient. That saves empires. Descent began. Palace lab loomed. Sealed domes, guard drones swarming. Docking clamps engaged, but alarms blared anew. Illis's pad lit red. Intruder signatures. Saboteurs targeted the bond. Rocass armed up. Defensive posture. Evan checked his rig. Empty reservoirs. He'd need more. His blood. Her trust. Shuttle doors cracked. Armed figures waited. Not guards. Assassins, cloaked in court sigils. Kethra's glow surged. They fear what we become. Evan yanked a stim from his kit. Then we show them. Plasma primed. Bond unbreakable. The real test. Fired first. Plasma bolts scorched the shuttle bay deck as Evan shoved Kethra behind the lowered ramp. Stay down! He fired his scavenged pulse pistol, clipping the lead assassin's cloak. The figure crumpled, sigils flickering like dying stars. Rocass exploded from the jump seat, rifle barking. Two attackers vaporized mid-stride. Flank left, human. Evan rolled right, stim needle jammed into his thigh for speed. His veins burned alive. He grabbed a fallen assassin's shock baton, hurling it into the cluster. Electricity arced, dropping 3 more in twitching heaps. Kethra's hand glowed on his arm, her bioluminescence pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. Evan, your blood surges in me. Illis crouched by the console. Broadcasting jammed. Security breach, royal asset under fire. The last assassin lunged. Evan met him with a knee to the gut, then pistol whip to the temple. Bone crunched. Silence fell, smoke curling from charred panels. Rocass scanned the bodies. Court traitors, masked as ours. He glared at Evan. You fight like a drone swarm. Untrained? Field medic. Evan reloaded, checking Kethra. Her skin shimmered stable, but sweat beaded iridescent. We move. Now. Med drones whirred in, sealing the bay. Guards swarmed, rifles trained. Sularan pushed through, scanner in hand. Inside. Lab quarantine. They hustled Kethra onto a hover gurney. Evan matching stride. Palace corridors blurred, sterile white, drone sentries snapping salutes. Alarms wailed faintly. Lab doors hissed shut. Sularan slapped vials into sequencers. Your blood, human. Deep dive. Now. Evan hooked Kethra to monitors adjusting the drip. Her eyes fluttered open. They fear the bond. It changes us. Focus on breathing. He squeezed her hand. Her pulse synced to his. Impossible, yet real. Rocass posted at the door, comms crackling. Illis typed furiously on her pad. Narrative locked. Sabotage by rivals. Human heroics confirmed. Sularan yanked a printout, scales paling. Impossible. Adaptive proteins forming real-time. Ear leukocytes. They rewrite her failing genes on contact. Evan glanced up. What? Watch. Sularin patched the sequencer holo. Red alien cells clashed with blue human ones. Then fusion. Hybrids blooming, error-correcting her cascade.
Your immunity evolves. Responds to her biology instantly.
No precursor in any database. Kethra's glow brightened. He gives without conquest. Rokas snorted. Or infects. Quarantine him. Evan ignored them, eyes on vitals. Kethra's liver markers spiked. Kidneys next. Organ cascade loomed. Protocol said sedate. Let nanos rebuild, but her kind rejected foreign tech under stress. No time. Evan pulled blood kits. We rotate draws. Small hits, every 90 minutes. Keeps my cells fresh, prevents overload. Solarin balked.
Rotation? You're no doctor. Field medic.
Seen worse on colony rocks.
He prepped his arm.
Trust the patient, not the scan. Kethra nodded weakly. Do it. First draw, 50 mils littles. Evan taped her vein, pushed slow. Her color returned. He set a chrono. 90 minutes. Repeat. I'll log responses. Rokas crossed arms. You're no royal healer. Evan met his gaze. Results talk. Hours blurred. Draw 2. Heart steady, liver dipping. Solarin hovered, hybrids proliferating. Her immune system mimics yours, adaptive. Evan wiped sweat. Kethra slept lightly, hand in his. Draw 3. Kidney stabilized, no cascade. Illa stepped forward as draw 4 primed, her voice cut smooth. Evan Hale, Crown recognizes service. Sign here. She slid a hollow contract. Full immunity. Citizenship in the Vale Concord. Wealth beyond your primitive's dreams. Evan paused mid-needle. In exchange, exclusive medical custody. Your blood, body, techniques, to the Crown only. No outside access. Kethra stirred. Illis. Protocol, Highness. He saves you. We secure the asset. Evan scanned the terms. Lifetime lock-in. No leaving, no sharing.
Sounds like ownership.
Illis smiled coolly. Alliance. You bind to us. He pushed the draw. Kethra's eyes cleared fully. Strength flooded back. No. She sat up, glow fierce. Evan Hale rejects. Good. Rokas tensed. Highness. Kethra snatched Illis's pad. I countersign. Fingers danced. Evan Hale, designated protector. Personal oath, not crown property. Illis froze. That's unprecedented. Legal. Kethra handed it back. He chose trust.
I choose him. Sularin whistled low.
Bond data spikes. Her cells command his now. Symbiosis. Evan capped the vial. Just keeping you conscious. Alarms pinged anew. Illis's pad flared. Court decree incoming. Quarantine breach. Doors buckled. Rokas raised rifle. Hardline teams. They claim the human's a contaminant. Evan checked his pistol. Low charge. Kethra stood, unsteady but glowing. Her hand gripped his. Bond humming. Sularin sealed inner lab. They want to vivisect him. Quantify the miracle. Illis blocked the console. Narrative shift. Protector proven. Stand down. Blasts rocked the walls. Rokas fired back. Too late. Evan yanked Kethra to cover. Rotation holds. We fight through. Her voice whispered fierce. They own nothing. We own the future. Hardline troops breached. Plasma flew. Evan dove, shielding her. His blood in her veins roared alive. The court fought for control. But the bond defied them all. Plasma bolts scorched the air inches from Evan's head. He rolled Kethra behind an overturned console, his pistol barking twice. One hardline trooper dropped, clutching a smoking shoulder plate. Flank left. Rokas bellowed, rifle chattering. His squad laid suppressive fire, buying seconds. Evan pressed Kethra down. Her skin hummed against his. Warm, alive, the bond pulsing like a second heartbeat. Stay low. Solarin status? Doctor. Solarin hunched over the lab terminal, tentacles flying across holographic displays. Alarms wailed, confirmed. Engineered microparasite. Royal genome signature. Sabotage. It's rewriting her cells from the transfusion interface. Kethra gasped, clutching her side. Glow dimmed in patches. Traitors. In my house. Evan reloaded, eyes on the breaching troops. 3 down. More pouring in. Purge it, now. Solarin jabbed an injector. Nanites flooded the air, seeking targets. Targeted purge deploying, but cascades accelerating. Her systems rejecting my blood. Your blood's the anchor. Eliz dodged a blast, sealing a bulkhead. Court feeds live. Narrative. Human contaminant. They want him purged too. Cass glanced back. Rifle. Never stopping. Highness. Extract now. Humans expendable. No. Kethra gripped Evan's arm. Strength surged through the bond. He stays. Evan scanned vitals on his wrist pad. Hacked into their mednet. Parasite levels spiking. Purge slowing it, but not enough. Her glow flickered like a dying bulb. He met Solarin's gaze. Controlled exposure. Infect me. Harvest my antibodies. Faster serum. Solarin froze mid-keystroke. Human resilience uncharted. Your immune systems. Chaotic. It could kill you. Evan shrugged, firing over the console. Volunteering. Do it. Kethra's eyes widened, alien facets gleaming. Evan. Trust me. He extended his arm. No hesitation. Solarin nodded, awe cracking his voice. Exposing now. A dermal patch hissed against Evan's skin. Cold fire spread. Parasite tendrils probing. Evan gritted teeth. Body ignited. White cells swarmed. Human immune fury shredding the invader. Readings. Antibodies forming. Impossible speed. Solarin siphoned blood. Serum synthesizing. Minutes. Troops hammered the bulkhead. Cass roared. Holding. But they're prepping gas. Evan's vision blurred. Parasite clawed deeper, then buckled. His blood boiled it away. Ordinary human grit. Nothing special. Just what field medics did. Kethra leaned into him. Bond thrumming. It burns you. For me. Part of the job. He capped the vial Solarin thrust at him. Serum glowed faint blue. Alarms shifted. Sharp. Staccato. Lab lights strobed red. Breach simulation initiated. The system droned. Hatches hissed open. Hollow projections of troops flooded corridors. Drill protocol gone live amid chaos. Cass whirled. False flag. Live fire containment. All units neutralize intruder. His rifle snapped toward Evan. Squad followed, barrels rising. Stand down. Kethra surged up, unsteady but commanding. Glow reignited, fierce. Captain Cass? That's an order. He's my protector. Cass hesitated, mandibles clicking. Highness, he's the vector. Simulation proves breach from his exposure. Evan raised hands, serum vial, ready. Parasite rage pulsed in his veins. Hers too, through the bond. Captain, scan me, clean. Let me finish this. Solarin patched feeds to Cass's HUD. Data confirms. Human neutralized it. Symbiosis, stable. Illis stepped forward. Pad raised. Court narrative updating. Protector hail. Asset. Quarantine lifts on my authority. Troops wavered. Cass lowered rifle a fraction. One move. Evan moved, darted to Kethra, injector primed. Hold still. Needle pierced her neck. Serum flooded. She arched. Glow exploding brilliant. Parasite signatures plummeted on monitors. Cascade halted. Kethra exhaled, steadying, hand clamped Evan's shoulder. Trust solid. It's gone. Solarin whooped. Purge complete. Bond intact. Her cells integrated his markers. Cross-species immunity. Cass slung rifle, eyes narrow. Miracle or weapon? Both. Kethra straightened, royal poise returning. Hours. Bulkhead groaned. Real troops outside. Hardliners loyal to shadows. Illis's pad buzzed. Incoming decree. They demand the human. For study. Evan checked pistol charge. Full now, scavenged from a fallen trooper. Bond hummed approval. They get what's left. Kethra nodded. We move to the core vault. Solarin, serum replicates. Batch 2 ready. He handed vials. Cass barked orders. His squad pivoted, covering flanks. Extraction route secure. For now. Evan led Kethra out, her steps syncing with his. Parasite remnants itched under his skin. Conquered, but watchful. Hardliners waited, court intrigue deeper. But the bond? Unbreakable. They burst into service tunnels. Echoes of boots thundered behind. Left! Evan shoved Kethra aside as plasma grazed wall. She fired back, Her sidearm spitting energy. Hit. Rokas laid cover. Vaults 2 levels down. Accelerate. Solaran lagged, clutching data core. Samples secure. Human baseline defies models. Your macrophages phagocytosed the parasite like prey. Evan grinned through sweat. Eat or be eaten. Illis sealed a hatch. Narrative locked. Hail saves air. Saboteurs exposed. Kethra's glow bathed the tunnel. They underestimated trust. Deeper alarms wailed. Vault neared. But scanners pinged. Ambush ahead. Evan primed serum grenade. Improvised. Together, her hand gripped his. Bond roared. Always. Doors ahead buckled under breacher charges. Shadows moved. Evan hurled the grenade. Blue mist bloomed, neutralizing parasites in the air. Troops choked. Dropping. They charged through. Vault irised open. Inside, cryotubes hummed. Royal backups.
Kethra punched codes. Secure.
Transmit data. Alliance-wide. Sularan jacked in. Uploading. Human-alien symbiosis protocol. Paradigm shift. Rokas posted guards. Perimeter holds. But Quartz mobilizing fleets. Evan leaned against bulkhead. Fatigue hitting. Parasite fully purged. His body reset. Kethra's glow stabilized. Brighter. She touched his face.
You let it touch you first. Why?
Someone had to. He met her eyes. Compassion's not extraordinary. Just necessary. Her facets shimmered. Awe unspoken. To us it is. Illis's pad flared. Decree override. They call it a weapon. Demand isolation. Rokas growled. Fight? Kethra stood tall. No. Prove it. She activated holocom. Alliance. Witness. Evan's blood in her veins projected live. Bond data scrolling. Symbiosis real. Trust quantified. Feeds exploded. Alien chatter peaked. Shock. Awe. But shadows stirred. A hidden signal pierced vault shields. Evan tensed. Breach. Kethra gripped his hand. Bond warned. New threat blooming. Not parasite. Worse. Assassins inside. Blaster fire scorched the vault air. Evan shoved Kethra behind a cryotube. Down. 2 cloaked figures burst from a side panel. Iridescent blades humming. Rokas roared, firing his pulse rifle. One assassin crumpled, chitin armor cracking. The second lunged at Sularan, who dove. Datapad clattering. Evan grabbed the fallen blade. Light. Balanced. He slashed low, severing the assassin's leg joint. It screeched, collapsing. Rokas finished it with a boot stop. Kethra rose, facets pulsing blue. Scan them. Solaran knelt, scanner whirring. Nanite implants. Court loyalists. Signal traces to the outer rim. Illis's holocom crackled. Princess, tribunal assembles. Your survival demands explanation. Kethra straightened. We go public. Now. Guards hauled the bodies. Evan followed Kethra out. Medkit slung over his shoulder. Her glow steadied. His blood holding. No backlash yet. Hospital corridors buzzed. Med drones swarmed. Kethra stepped into the central atrium. Holoscreens flickered alive, broadcasting alliance-wide. I live, she declared. Camera zoomed on her unscarred facets. Evan Hale's transfusion purged the parasite. Human compassion saved me. Gasps echoed from feeds. Alien faces gaped, mandibles slack, eyes wide. Impossible, one murmured. Human blood bonds? Evan stood back, arms crossed, practical. Just a field fix. Illis appeared, robes swirling. Tribunal convenes. Immediately. Her gaze pinned Evan. Donner, you present. They marched to the grand chamber. Tiered seats filled with royals, scientists, envoys. Rokas flanked Kethra. Suspicious glare on Evan. Illis banged her staff. Charge! The human's blood is a weapon. Engineered contagion. Isolation protocol. Evan stepped forward. Sularan handed him the datapad. Show them. He activated the holo. Graphs bloomed. Parasite life cycle. Human immune spike. Symbiosis curve. Attack wasn't natural. Engineered at Facility 7. Parasite keyed to royal DNA. My antibodies neutralized it because humans adapt fast. No malice. Murmurs rose. A royal leaned in. Quantify the bond! Sularan interjected. Evan's T-cells modulated Kethra's rejection. Trust amplified it. Pheromone sync. Data proves. Facility 7 synthesized the strain. Logs uploaded from the vault. Illis's facets narrowed. Conjecture. Evan met her eyes. Test it. Scan us now. Drones hummed over. Results flashed. Bond stable. No weapon signature. Rokas grunted, staring at the hollow. Timing matches my intel. Saboteurs hit the facility weeks ago. He turned to Evan. Your serum grenade, blue mist, parasite neutralizer? Evan nodded. Timed for dispersal. Hit them before they hit us. Rokas's mandibles clicked. Respect. Rated. Now, your plan. Illis raised a hand. Premature. Kethra cut in. Approved, Captain. Assemble strike team. Evan advises. Rokas saluted, comm buzzing. Shuttles prepping. Human, your medical window? Evan pulled up schematics. Parasite bats cycle every 90 minutes. Hit at peak. Disrupt before spread. Then seals here. He traced lines. My blood markers flag carriers. Arm the team with scanners. Rokas barked orders. Troops mobilized. Shuttle screamed off within minutes. Chamber tension spiked. Feeds tracked the raid live, Alliance eyes glued. Evan watched Kethra. She gripped the podium, glow syncing with his pulse. Backlash loomed, his blood clashing with her system, but she stood firm. Explosions lit the hollow. Rokas's voice. Bats breached. Carriers down. Data seized. Loyalist signatures. Cheers erupted. Royal stood. Illis's pad pinged. Override codes flooding in. Kethra turned to Evan. In full view of the court, she extended her hand. Four-fingered, warm. He took it. Bond thrummed, visible on scanners, facets linking to his veins. This cross-species bond, she said, voice booming, formalizes as policy. Human resilience joins our alliance. Test it. Scale it. Trust is our weapon against saboteurs. Court exploded. Approvals cascading. Illis bowed. Narrative shifting. Evan asset now. But Evan's gut twisted. Backlash hit. A fever spike in his arm. Kethra winced, mirroring it. Bond, too deep. Scanners beeped warning. Hidden signal from the raid site. New strain launching. Rokas's comm crackled.
Princess! Facility's a decoy.
Real lab inbound. Kethra squeezed Evan's hand. Together, he nodded, ignoring the burn, always. Assassins breached the chamber doors. Evan primed his last serum vial. Blue mist ready. Bond roared louder. They charged. Kethra's shuttle touched down on the royal dais, med drones trailing. She stepped out alive, facets gleaming under floodlights. Evan walked beside her, rifle slung casual. Alliance feeds ignited. The princess survives. She faced the cameras. Evan Hale's blood saved me. Human compassion defied death. Crowds roared, alien awe rippling. Mandibles chattered. He gave his essence. Illis materialized, staff raised. Tribunal. Now. The bond threatens protocol. In the vaulted hall, holograms swirled. Illis presided. Human. Prove your blood harmless. Evan tapped Solaran's pad. Data exploded. Parasite blueprints. Engineered markers. Facility 7 built this. Not my blood. Symbiosis countered it. Solaran nodded. Evan's immune resilience. Unquantifiable adaptability. Trust catalyzed rejection. Rokas crossed arms. Data checks. Raid. Evan laid out the plan. 90-minute cycle. Strike at vent phase. My scanner's ID carriers. Rokas's eyes hardened, then gleamed. With me. He rallied troops, Evan at his side. Shuttles blasted off. Hollow showed vats shattering. Loyalists fleeing. Victory feeds surged. Back in court, Kethra grasped Evan's hand. Scanners lit. Bond eternal. Policy. Cross-species alliance. Scale the trust. Cheers drowned Illis's protests, but Evan's veins burned. New signal pierced. Worse strain awakening. Doors buckled. Assassins poured in. He hurled the vial. Mist bloomed. Kethra fought beside him. Bond, unbreakable. The chamber doors flew open. Blaster bolts sizzled past Evan's ear. He yanked Kethra down, rolling behind the podium. Rokas fired back, dropping the lead assassin. Flank them! Solaran scrambled for cover. Datapad clutched. Illis activated shields. Dome flickering blue. Evan scanned the fallen. Same nanites, but upgraded. Kethra's hand found his. The signal from the raid, decoy, Evan said. Real threat here. More shadows melted from vents. Blades whirred. Rokas charged, tackling one. Evan grabbed a dropped pulse pistol, fired precise, joint shots. Kethra's facets flared, Bond warning him of a leaper. He sidestepped, tripped it into Alyssa's shield, zap. Sularan jacked his pad, into the tribunal console. Locking feeds. Broadcasting fight-proof. Holoscreens shifted. Live combat Evan's blood data overlay. Alliance watched, transfixed. Last assassin lunged at Kethra. Evan intercepted, blade grazing his arm. Pain flared, but his blood surged, neutralizing the toxin on contact. It staggered. Kethra finished it with a precise energy lance. Silence fell. Bodies steamed. Elys lowered her staff. Bond held. Data vindicates. Rokas clapped Evan's shoulder. Hard. You fight like us now. Kethra pulled Evan forward, hand in hand before the recovering court. Witness this trust defeats enemies. Formalize it. Human-alien protocol. Votes flashed green. Policy locked. Evan's fever spiked again. Scanners screamed. Backlash evolving. Hidden vault signal pulse stronger. New parasites airborne, targeting the Bond. Kethra's eyes met his. We adapt. He grinned through pain.